Elad Barak, CEO, Voyager Products. Shalom. Nice to have you back, Elad. Please take it away.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining, and it's awesome being back again here. And thanks for the introduction. I'll just mention we're here in Canada, in Toronto. We're a Canadian company, and this is our second time here. And today I want to start with something a bit different, and I'll need the help of the audience for it. So I want everybody to take 2-3 seconds and think for themselves about their favorite beverage. And it can be any beverage. You don't need to want it right now. You can drink it in the morning, in the evening, in the weekend. Just think about it for 2 seconds. Great. Now, I want one more thing. I want each and every one of you to think, would you want to add some CBD or THC to it, and how many milligrams would fit personally for you? Okay, so the reason I'm asking that is I want to do here a small experiment today, or kind of demonstration, I would say. And what I've done is I went this morning and I bought 3 beverages from the Ontario Cannabis store. I bought a cannabis tea, a cannabis kind of water with lemon or lemonade, and a cannabis beer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm dispensing each and every one of them with the Voyager product. So I already said the dose that I like. I'm just going to press a button. Got 1 dose, 2 doses, and my 3rd one. It's that simple. I just got each and every one of my beverages mixed with cannabis. It's my favorite tea. This is my favorite beer. This is clean water with lemon, no sugar, no other ingredients. So for me, it works much better. And with that, I'm going to jump into our pitch. So I'll just bring my computer and turn on everything. And I'll share my screen. Great, so we just seen how easy it is and how I get to keep my own beverages, which is great. But I want to just add one more thing, and that is the fact that the price is amazingly different. So these are the beverages I bought. The tea, 5 milligrams, cost $7.35. The beverage was 2.5 milligrams, and it cost $6.25. And the beer is $7.50. And if you look at the cost it cost me to do with the Voyager product, it's $6 less for each and every one of them. And I just have to say, if anybody here in the audience still thinks that ready to drink is the way that consumers will buy beverages, I'm going to challenge them on that. And I would say that kind of reminds me how people thought that if you just invest in a company that can grow cannabis, they can sell everything just because. So with that, I'll move into talking about Voyager. And what we are essentially is a medical tech company. And the reason I'm saying medical tech after this presentation is because Voyager can really do a bunch of things, and our vision is very big. We see this product going to health and wellness, to pharma, to cannabis, and psychedelics. But cannabis is a great market for us to start, and that's where we're starting there. And the main reasons are, there's a lot of reasons to use cannabis, but when you look on the numbers, 60% of people don't consume cannabis yet. 17% are new consumers. And the reasons are mainly around not wanting to smoke or vape, having a bad experience with the wrong dosing, and just lack of guidance in the right product. And we really recognized an opportunity to do a product that is safe, simple, and precise. And our solution, pocket-sized dispenser, really answers all of that. You can use it for beverage drops, the way I just showed you, but you can also use it for the regular oil drops that you're familiar with that you put sublingually. It works just as well. So just to recap, the way it works is you take the dispenser and the pod, that's picture number 1, you connect them together, it clicks, so it's very simple. And then you put it above your beverage. There's a few buttons so you can set your dose, press a button, and that's it, you're left to enjoy. It's simple, precise, portable, and we added a really cool feature of control. And that control is in the form of an app. It's not a must, but consumers that want can choose to download it, monitor their consumption, personalize their experience, and also get educated and see the bunch of choices they can take from the different pods that exist on our ecosystem. But from the back end, we can track consumption, ID consumer habits and trends, and really optimize our product offering. And that's something that almost no cannabis company is doing today because the information just doesn't exist. Now, all of this is based on our patent pending technology. I really like the safety aspect, and that means that this pod, there's no way for consumers to take liquid out of it. The only way is using the dispenser, and the dispenser actually has a password protection. But in addition to that, we have some smart technology here that allows everything to communicate. So the pod can communicate with the dispenser and then with us. And it's very accurate. We have less than 3% error when we are dispensing. So the way this works from a business perspective is we're trying to build an ecosystem of razor and blades. Consumer purchase one time their dispenser, it's $50 Canadian, and then they repurchase the pods with cannabis. But the way it works is we sell these pods empty to different cannabis brands. They fill it, distribute it, and then sell it to their consumers. We're here to manage the ecosystem and we manage the hardware. So we're here looking for $1.5 million at an $11 million valuation. And our use of proceeds are for mainly two things. One is to take this product to be ready to manufacturing. We have it working right now. We need to work on some molds and improvements for the electronics. And the second thing is to launch in the lead market so we can prove our product and then expand in the rest of Canada and globally. Now, from a milestone perspective and a roadmap, we kind of started a bit backwards because Voyager is a really milestone-oriented company. During 2020, we've got a working prototype, we've submitted our patent, we put our Health Canada application, which should come back in about a month. We're getting ready for a sensory testing with a licensed producer here in Canada, and next year we'll be ready to manufacture and launch the product in Canada. So on the left side, you can see our projections in Canada, and the reason they grow like this is because every time a company sells a pod, we make some money, and that kind of piles up fairly quickly. But we did take only 6 brands and added them slowly over 3 years. What you see on the right is our opportunity to grow, and that is because Voyager is highly scalable and we can expand internationally. We do not touch the plant, meaning once we prove it works in Canada, I can manufacture more pods and just sell them over in the States or in Europe. Now, I'll just mention that I'm not here alone. I have a great team. I have with me my Gio, who's our COO, and Aryan, who is our president. Gio brings years of experience in operation, and Aryan brings more than 30 years of experience in blue chip companies. Great experience altogether, and myself personally, I have a lot of product development and cannabis experience. So with that, I want to leave it for Q&A, and if anybody's interested, we're happy to take calls afterwards and emails and discuss more about our opportunity.
So that was good. Who would like to lead off? Josh, want to take a shot at this?
Sure. I've had Elad on the podcast before, but I guess I want to kind of bug him about getting into the United States. In terms of identifying needs and roadblocks for Voyager to get into the marketplace like California, for example, what's it going to take to get FDA approval? And do you have any plans for that, I guess?
Well, it's very early, and as a small team, we really need to focus our resources. Right now, it's about launching in Canada and really knowing every tips of the regulation here. But I will mention that anything regarding the FDA is generally around the formulation inside, the concentrate. That is not what Voyager does. We sell these pods empty to cannabis partners that are already licensed. We only sell the dispenser, which is a piece of hardware. We don't need an FDA approval for that. So I don't see an issue with that. And then just to explain our scalability, I can manufacture more pods. It's fairly easy. And we designed our pods in a way that if a cannabis company, has a filling machine for a vape pen, they can easily fill our pods. We're not a vape, but we designed it in a way that will be similar to really allow easy expansion.
How about Dr. Dave? Would you like to ask Elad anything?
It's a little bit of an additional question to what Josh was saying. As someone who has been heavily invested in physical therapy clinics, long-term care facilities, hospice care companies, I guess my question is not so much the FDA side of things, but are you looking to partner with in the future any companies that are really going after that geriatric population at all? And or long-term care facilities? And if so, can you summarize your roadmap for that within like 15 to 20 seconds?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, first of all, in the cannabis industry, we want to bring different partners that have different consumers they're facing, right? So maybe you want to find a cannabis company that's really developing oil that fits for the geriatric, community, and maybe want something for a bit more people that want to go out and enjoy. But as I mentioned in the beginning, this is also supposed to work with regular pharmaceuticals and vitamins. And because our dispenser tracks everything, we can actually allow, older population to get some support in remembering what they need to take, taking the right product at the right dose at the right time. So I see it for both of these products.
Okay, thank you for that.
And Jeff Kendig, is there anything that you would like to ask?
Yeah, my question is around, obviously the beverage brands that are out there would probably make some kind of argument about how, their products are mixed more efficiently with better absorption using nano emulsion technology. And therefore the consumer experience is going to be much better. And you're not going to get the entire THC impact in the first few sips, as they would argue probably would happen in your construct that you modeled. Can you respond to that hypothetical?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you talk with different CEOs of these companies, they'll always mention, the following qualities: quick onset, really low calories, and no taste of cannabis. And when you think about that, all these three qualities have nothing to do with the ready to drink. They're around their product. Now they have to adjust their formulation to their beverage because it sits together for a bunch of months. And that means that there's time for the ingredients to chemically interact. Because I'm adding the cannabis right before consumption, yeah, they're going to interact, but much less. So I'm not worried about the beverage interacting with the cannabis, and there's no reason you won't be able to absorb it. The cannabis is already pre-emulsified in our pod. And there are products like that in the market, drops that you can add to beverages. They're just really inconvenient because they come in bottles like oil. They're not measurable, they're not accurate. And that's what we're adding to the mix, right? We're not bringing a new formulation.
Okay, we've got about a minute left. If there's anything else you would like to add, Elad, go ahead, please. And I do have, by the way, is there someone else that wants to ask a question? Carol, go ahead,
Yes,
please. Sorry about that.
I would like to ask one question regarding the intellectual property. Do you guys have a patent? Do you guys, how is Voyager regarding the IP procedures?
Yeah, absolutely. So I lead the product development. I have a master's in system engineering and a background from the aerospace and robotics industries in Israel. And we're working with a bunch of engineers here. We've submitted 2 provisional patents last year, and then we've converted them to 1 non-provisional patent this July. It's submitted in the States. We've already done all the prep work for submitting in Canada and in Europe. And it's a utility patent. It has a bunch of claims with things we incorporated in this that are supposed to prevent anybody from coming and doing the same thing, because there's a bunch of technologies that ensure that the drop is accurate that we've patented.